Our media horror opening uses and challenges forms and conventions of real media products in many ways. We took inspiration from different horror movies to create our opening, such as the bedroom scene in Drag Me to Hell. In many horror movies, it is seen as conventional to set scenes using the homes and bedrooms of the characters because it creates fear for the audience in their own homes when they are supposed to be in a safe zone. In addition to our conventional bedroom scene, we have also included shots from a forest. In our questionnaires, it was evident that people preferred watching horror movies set in isolated areas, such as a forest, and this inspired us to film one of our most important scenes in our opening. For the audience, filming in a forest keeps them on edge because they are unaware of the surroundings and can get a sense of what our character feels in the moment.
In addition to these settings used, we made sure that our lighting enhanced that creepy and dark atmosphere. Throughout our opening, we used a range of different lighting to portray the emotions that we intended for audience. One example in our opening where we used lighting to enhance emotions is in a bathroom, where there is a blue haze to the shot. This gives a cold and unnatural feel to it and also implies the presence of the spirit, or in this case, the gypsy.
In terms of our choices made on costume, we decided that Sarah would be dressed in a casual yet smart outfit. The makeup was kept to a minimal and hair was neat, which showed that she cared about her appearance. Similarly to Drag Me to Hell, the girl was well dressed and professional and makeup was kept very simple. On the other hand, we wanted the gypsy's makeup to be more effective on the audience as we wanted to show the age difference between Sarah and the gypsy because it is conventional for an older woman to be seen as weak. Going back to the movie Drag Me to Hell, the older woman is relying on the girl to help her and then seeks revenge just like in our opening. Our film opening has challenged the stereotypes that the male character is the villain by including the female gypsy as the main antagonist.
Based on the shots we used, we included many close-ups in our opening. This was to direct the audience's attention to things that we thought were significant, such as the can, Sarah's eyes, the cut, and mostly the necklace. The necklace is our main prop of the movie, as well as the cause of the possessing of Sarah. Therefore, we put most of the focus towards it by using the close-ups.
Another example of a close-up we used was the cut. We spent quite a lot of time trying to perfect it to look as gruesome as possible, hence the use of the close-up, to make the audience feel disgusted by it and emphasise the pain she is feeling, similarly to the scene in The Wrong Turn. One movie that also has close-ups of the main prop is The Conjuring. The extreme close-ups of the doll combined with the dark background and lighting makes the audience feel uneasy and nervous for what's to come.
Throughout our horror opening, our soundtrack choices varied depending on the scene. In the beginning, we wanted to build up the tension slowly, but not to an extreme. Whereas in the fire scene, the music is more intense and includes added sound effects to create a dramatic atmosphere. In our questionnaire, the respondents think that the music is the main feature of horror movies that causes fear for the audience. Most horror movies use the soundtrack in a smart way during different parts of the movie to impact the audience in different ways. We followed the conventions of typical horror movies by including a scream. As our victim is a female, it is known for them to react dramatically. In the movie Scream, the opening scene alone contains sounds of female screaming. This has influenced our opening as it is seen to be conventional.
In terms of editing, we included many fast cuts throughout the fire scene to keep the audience on edge, and we took inspiration from the movie Psycho. The most well-known scene in this movie contained lots of quick cuts which make the audience feel panicked as they show many different aspects at once. Additionally, when Sarah falls asleep, we took inspiration from the shot in Twilight where her eyes turn red. Although it is not considered a horror movie, it is a good transformation of the character and clearly shows the change between the two states.